Man, it feels good to see you guys. It's been what, like 2 months since I've been on this channel? I had to take a break. I'm going to be honest with you. Too much goober shit going on with the Brian Kohlberger conspiracies. And then when I got back to my real channel and was doing politics, then it was all the Charlie Kirk conspiracies. I was like, oh my God, I had to drink so many fists, so many half gallons. But we are back today. Guys, we're going to be digging into the Atlanta airport attempted mass shooting. By the way, you're getting full 4 videos today. So I'm coming back, with a blast today, with a boom. However the fuck you people say it. Anyways, I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Let's get on into this. Let's do it.
Bring it back.
I'm gonna start things off by saying I'm fat. I'm fat as fuck. You know, I'm the type of person that only gets up and moves when something moves me. I don't understand what could possibly move this thing to get up and say, you know what? I'm going to not go to the mailbox, not go to the gym, not go get a sandwich. I'm going to go shoot up everybody in Atlanta. Well, let me take it back. I can understand why somebody would go shoot up everybody in Atlanta, but not the Atlanta airport. That doesn't make much sense to me unless we find out later he was going for in particulars. But that's probably not what we're going to find. Guys, we're going to get into this story because this large man right here, armed and dangerous. A mass shooting at Georgia's largest airport has been avoided after police arrested a man who allegedly threatened to open fire with an assault rifle in one of the terminals. Billy Joe Cagle, a 49-year-old from Cartersville in the Atlanta metropolitan area, was arrested Monday after Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, according to Atlanta Police Chief. On his way to the airport, Cagle FaceTimed family members to tell them he was planning on shooting up the place. Guys, I'm going to say this. Look, I'm 45 years old. In my life, I have committed a crime or two in my younger days. The one thing I would never do, no matter what the crime was, I don't care if it was selling a dime bag. I ain't about to call anybody up, FaceTime anybody and say, guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to commit a crime. That's not something I think anybody should do. I ain't writing a manifesto. I'm not doing anything. If I do some shit, I'm going to be just like Brian Kohlberger and leave you motherfuckers wondering why. I'm not, number one, I like when internet people are making guesses and shit, like they don't really know what's going on. I definitely ain't calling nobody and telling nobody anything. Anyways, around 9:40 a.m., family members called Cartersville police to tell them what happened and provided a picture of Cagle. The local department then informed Atlanta police, who responded to the threat. Family members also told police Cagle had been live streaming on social media shortly before he arrived at the airport. Officers from the Atlanta Police Department arrived and found Cagle's pickup truck blocking traffic. Inside, they discovered an AR-15 rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition. Cagle had initially entered the terminal unarmed, and Sharabaum said he believed the suspect was scoping it out. The police chief also said he believed Cagle was on his way back to the truck to pick up the rifle when officers arrested him, and that he likely was to use the weapon in the crowded terminal. Here's the fella right here. Here's where he was walking. He was about to get, why would you even think? Look, man. Why would you even, look at his truck. It was blocking traffic. Why? I don't think this dude was going to do anything. Because why? You can't be this dumb. You tell people, I think this was a cry out for help. You tell people on the way that you're going to do it. Then you take it a step further. You just leave your truck kind of just fucked up parked and blocking traffic. And then number 3, you leave the gun in the car, in the truck. I don't believe in any aspect he actually was going to follow through with it. I know some of you are saying, well, he was a convicted felon, as you can see right here. A convicted felon with an AR-15 arrested at an airport after making threats to shoot up the place. Kind of is what it is. They did get him. Let's see what the news got to say.
We do begin tonight with the breaking news at the busiest airport here in the U.S., Hartsfield-Jackson Airport in Atlanta. Tonight, authorities say they moved in quickly to avert what could have been a horrific mass shooting, they say. The suspect's family alerting police a short time before the takedown.
He looks guilty when he was walking, or he looks like he's looking for a sandwich spot.
Surveillance video tonight showing the suspect walking through the airport. Authorities believe he may have been monitoring the busy TSA lines. The airport crowded with travelers. You can hear the suspect right there. Police body camera video showing the moment he's confronted by the officers taken down. The suspect screaming as he's placed in handcuffs. Authorities say just outside the airport they recovered an AR-15 assault-style rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition in his truck. Police believe he was scoping out the airport before going back out to his truck where he had that weapon and ammunition. Faith Abube leading us off tonight. She's on the scene.
Like that, it's such a dumb... Look, man, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all what I would do if I was going to do like a thing. But why do I feel like these criminals are so goddamn dumb? Brian Kohlberger was so goddamn dumb. This guy, so fucking dumb. Every fucking place. And we're going to do a story about a missing little girl next. And once again, just like every other case, it's going to end up being the parents and because they're all so fucking dumb. Like, I don't understand this. Like, these people just wake up and want to do dumb shit. And then they get caught easily because they're fucking dumb.
Atlanta.
Tonight, a potential mass shooting thwarted at the world's busiest airport during rush hour.
Yeah, no shit.
This is the moment police say 49-year-old Billy Cagle enters Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport with plans to open fire in the terminal. An assault rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition just steps away in his truck.
I do believe that Mr. Cagle was headed back to his truck to retrieve it. And I do believe he was likely to use that weapon inside the crowded terminal that he had just seen.
Police say this surveillance video shows Cagle parking that truck outside the packed terminal today around 9:30 a.m. Cagle walking inside, appearing to survey the TSA lines.
He seemed to be very interested in the TSA check-in area, which you can see was heavily crowded with travelers.
It's then that officers approached Cagle after police say they received a tip from the suspect's hometown.
What makes you think you were going to get it in there anyway? Like, why wouldn't you? One of the most policed areas in the world is at a fucking airport.
More than an hour away.
Cartersville Police Department was alerted by the family of Mr. Cagle that he was streaming on social media, that he was headed to the airport, in their words, to shoot it up.
Officers immediately taking Cagle into custody right there in the terminal. Later searching that truck where police say they found an AR-15 style rifle and ammunition.
27 or more lives could have been lost today. This crisis, we're thankful to God and to good information and good intel and good people for this crisis being averted.
And David, authorities flagging that family for flagging those basically what was or could have been a really difficult situation. In the meantime, the authorities are saying that suspect is a convicted felon with mental health issues, and tonight he is behind bars on multiple charges.
We will definitely talk about that. So let's see. I guess there's some disturbing details revealed about this mass shooting. Let's see if we see anything different from this news report.
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
So police in Georgia say a tragedy averted after a family saw something and then said something to police. Authorities arresting a convicted felon at the Atlanta airport yesterday morning after his family called the cops to say he was allegedly on his way there to try and commit a mass shooting. Now get this, now the family turned him in. Madison Scarpino live in Atlanta with how this all went down.
Man, that's a fine broad. That's a fine ass chick. Y'all know I ain't lying. Even y'all ladies gotta be looking at that chick like, yeah, she's the one.
Good morning, Bill. Police say that the suspect was streaming on social media, making threats, saying he was on his way to go shoot up the Atlanta airport, and he was also armed with an assault rifle. Well, as you mentioned, the family then notified police, who were then on the lookout for this man, and thankfully they grabbed him before anything could happen. So this is police detaining 49-year-old Billy Cagle, who they say is a convicted felon with mental health problems.
He's a felon with a semi-automatic weapon.
What's the mental health problem?
Mental challenges.
How?
And he's approaching the world's busiest and most efficient airport. When you have those combinations together, it can turn out to be deadly.
Police did not know that the suspect was already at the airport by the time the family alerted them of his threats. Video shows Cagle parking his truck in the South Terminal drop-off zone and making his way into the terminal just minutes later, fortunately, though, with his gun still in the truck. Now, police say he was particularly interested in the TSA security line and was hanging around there
this is
before
bad
police
strategy.
recognize and detain him. And investigators then found the AR-15 with 27 rounds of ammo.
Is there any more
in Cagle's truck
information?
outside.
I do believe
All right.
that Mr. Cagle was headed back to his truck to retrieve it, and I do believe he was likely to use that weapon inside the crowded terminal.
I guess we're not going to get any new info.
Cagle is currently in the
There we
Clayton
go.
County Jail. A bond has not
So
yet
they've given him terroristic threats, criminal attempt to commit aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a felon. That's alone's going to get him fucked up.
been set, but he's now facing
He's gone for a long ass
multiple
time.
charges, including terroristic threats and possession of a firearm. Now, of course, there are still a lot of questions as to how this.
God damn, she's so fine. I don't even care about this story anymore. What's up, girl? Oh, you're here. You're in Atlanta. Shit, I gotta find her. Hey, girl, if you ever see the video, call me.
Mentally ill felon got his hands on that
She looks
powerful
man.
weapon, and that's all part of the investigation. But bottom line, police believe that they prevented a potential horrific event thanks to their quick work. Bill.
Indeed. The family made a tough decision, and they made the right decision, apparently.
Oh, that
Madison,
was.
thanks, in Atlanta.
I'm Steve
It
Doocy.
definitely was. And let's take a look here while we're here and we're dressed. Guys, this is Billy Joe Cagle. He does have a criminal history. Let's take a look at his criminal history. Police records show that Cagle has a non-violent criminal history dating back to the late 1990s. In 1999, he was arrested along with 3 others for possession of marijuana with intent to distribute after selling 1 ounce during a police-controlled buy. I'm telling you, drugs fuck people up. Cartersville police officers found 8 ounces of marijuana and 8 firearms at his home. Yeah, clearly selling dope. Cagle was convicted, sentenced to 8 years, and served several months in prison before his release in 2020. Damn, he got 8 years and still got out in, 2000? While weed laws have evolved nationwide, yes, because of libtards, the drug remains illegal in Georgia, and I hope it still remains that way, under both state and federal law. Although some cities, including Atlanta, have decriminalized small amounts in recent years, Cartersville has not adopted such measures. That's right. It's actually pretty strong penalties. In 2001, Cartersville police responded to a report of a disorderly conduct at Applebee's, where Cagle and an ex-girlfriend had a heated argument, but no arrests were made. His only other Georgia record is a 2018 citation for an expired tag following a crash in which another driver was found at fault. So he doesn't really have. They make a big deal of him being a convicted felon, which I guess it is, right? But he really didn't seem to have that big of a record or anything like that. I don't know what would make him snap. They say mental illness, but what was the mental illness? You know what I mean? Like, I hate when they just use a blanket term, mental illness, because normal people will say, well, yeah, anybody that's going to shoot up an airport is mentally ill. And in theory, you're right. But what's the mental illness? Because anybody could say someone is mentally ill, but it sounds to me like he has a long history, 25 years worth plus, of, doing shit that maybe he just got old and snapped. You know what I mean? He wasn't too mentally ill when he was bagging up them dimes bags back in '99. So anyways, I don't know what you guys think about this. Obviously, good shout out to the parents. Good job to his family for turning him in. This could have been ugly. What do you think the motive was? I'm going to be honest. I bet you we're going to find out this guy is a leftist, and right now with the government shutdown and shit, maybe he even works for the government. Maybe the government shut down, as you know, all the welfare queens are about to lose their food stamps, and maybe this guy is one of them, no kings protest type of motherfuckers. Don't know. Maybe not. But, or maybe he was going to Atlanta airport because he was the exact opposite. And Atlanta. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that alone. Guys, if you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. I am back in business, and I will have your next video up as soon as I get it recorded. Peace out.